Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see about the web services. Under this heading we are going to see www, HTML and XML. So let's move on to the topic. This www, which stands for World Wide Web, it was developed in 1980s by Tim Berners-Lee at CERN in Switzerland. A complex web of websites and web pages connected together through hypertext. www means it is a world wide web. So here the combination of websites and web pages, they are connecting together with the help of hypertext. What is meant by hypertext? It is a piece of text which is used to link another page. From this page itself it will link that page. Okay, so for that purpose we are using hypertext. Hypertext is nothing but in your web page some a piece of text will be appeared in blue color, underlined text, it will appear in blue color. If you click on it, it will take you to the next web page. So that is called a hypertext or hyperlink. Okay, so hypertext is a word or group of words linking to another web page of the same or different website. So we have seen about ARPANET in our previous videos, right? So from the ARPANET we have developed into www because of many new achievements of researchers or computer scientists all over the world. So by seeing this tabular column you will get to know what are all the achievements we just made into the computer network. So in the year 1957 ARPANET was developed by DoD, and in 1969 ARPANET became functional, and in 1970 the company BBN joined ARPANET, and in 1972 Roy Tomlinson develops an email, and email plays a major role nowadays. So in 1973 Royal Radar Network of Norway, it's joined ARPANET, and in 1974 a term internet coined, and we have seen about the Telenet, also a first commercial network, and in 1982 the first protocol TCP/IP was introduced, and through this TCP/IP still we are using the communication through TCP/IP protocol. About protocol already we have seen in our previous videos. Kindly watch that videos for detailed information. So in 1983 domain name system introduced. About this domain name we are going to see in our later videos. 1986 National Science Foundation brings connectivity to more people with its NSF-Net program, and in 2002 to 2004 Web 2.0 is born. About this Web 2.0 we are going to discuss in our later videos. So that's all about the evolution of network. Now we are going to see about HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, a language designed such that parts of text can be marked to specify its structure, layout and style in context of the whole page is called a markup language. This HTML is used to define, process and present the text. Standard language for creating web pages and web application and loading them in web browser. So this HTML is used to define and process and present the text in a web page or a web browser like that. And it was created by Tim Berners-Lee to enable users to access pages from any page easily. So it is a language which is used to create or define the web page and the structure of a web page. Okay, so let's move on to XML. XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. It is a markup language designed to store and transport data in safe, secure and correct way. We have seen that HTML is used to define and present the web pages or websites. But here in XML, this is used to store and transport data in safe, secure and correct way. and it provides users with a tool to define their own language, especially to display documents on the internet. And this XML document has two parts. One is a structure and another one is a content. See that web pages will be created by the HTML language, right? Whatever you want to create through HTML, we can create that by clicking on that HTML file. For example, this HTML file will be saved in the server computer. So when the client is asking the request, the server will provide that particular resources to the client, right? So that HTML will be used to create and present the websites. But here this XML, it is used to store and transport the data in a safe, secure and correct way. So the person who is creating the website, they will follow a lot of languages, right? We have more languages, so they can follow any type of language. But whomsoever seeing that web pages, they have to get it in the same format, same way. Wherever, if I am opening a website here, that website as well as the same website is opened by any American, that also should be the same, right? That there will be no difference. Whatever website I'm seeing here, the same web page will be seen by him if he is using the same website address or something. So that will be ensured by this XML. Okay, and here we have a example code of XML. This is about a school library to create a database of magazines it subscribes to. So by using this tags in XML, everything will be everything will be processed by the tags. Every tag will have an open tag and a close tag. If you open the tag, you have to close it. So this code is about a school library. Each book will have a title, publisher, frequency and price. So here we have attached 2 books information. So this is not to study, for knowing, for just your general knowledge purpose. I have attached this code in this notes, and this XML file has information about all the magazines available in the library. And another piece of code can be easily written to extract, analyze and present data stored here. So that's all about XML and HTML. I hope you all understand. If you can't understand, please watch the video once again, then you will get to know what is that about. Thanks for watching.